They thought she was just another quiet transfer student. They thought she'd stay invisible. They thought wrong. Nia Washington stepped into Riverside High like a storm in a glass house. Halfway through the school year, she was one of the only black students in a sea of privileged white faces. She kept her head down at first until prom night. Then she walked in with Jamal Thompson, the only other black student in the school. That was the moment everything changed. Because Riverside had rules about who belongs. And Tyler Mitchell and his crew, they were the self-appointed enforcers. But what they didn't know, Nia had been fighting long before she ever stepped foot in this polished hallway. Back in Detroit, she'd started boxing when she was 12. Gloves laced up tight, sweat dripping, punches pounding heavy bags long after the gym closed. While these kids were learning their designer labels, she was learning something far heavier: how to stand her ground. Nia carried more than books to Riverside. She carried discipline, fire, a fighter's instinct. And soon those bullies would learn. Because some people don't just take hits. They hit back harder. 3 days before walking those glossy hallways, Nia had thrown her last punch at Rodriguez's gym in Detroit. 17 now, she carried herself with quiet strength. Her steps were steady, her shoulders squared, the rhythm of her gloves still humming in her mind. Riverside High was a different world. Marble floors gleamed. Trophy cases glittered under harsh fluorescent lights. Students dressed like magazine models. Clean, polished, perfect. But perfection often hides something ugly. Whispers followed her like shadows. Conversations stopped when she passed. And before she could even find her locker, the first fight found her. Turning the corner, she froze. A circle of students, phones out. In the middle, Jamal Thompson, shoved against lockers by 3 white boys. Books scattered. Sneakers grinding papers into the floor. One title caught her eye: Advanced Calculus. He wasn't just smart. He was exceptional. And still, this is what they gave him. Nia didn't think twice. She stepped into the crowd. Back off him. The bullies turned. Tyler Mitchell smirked. Oh, look at this. 2 for 1 special. That was the first spark. The start of the war. Tyler circled her, predator eyes sizing her up. What? You gonna complain? This is Riverside, he said, voice dripping with smugness. We don't take complaints from your kind. Nia leaned in, her voice a razor whisper. You know exactly what I mean. For a moment, Tyler's mask cracked. Connor, the stocky redhead, puffed his chest like some knight defending his castle. The crowd closed in, hungry for the show. Phones rose. Whispers grew. But Nia shifted her stance. Calm, balanced, fists loose. Years of boxing training made her ready. Funny, she said flatly. I thought this was a public school, paid for by everyone's taxes. A flicker of surprise. A few students flinched. But Brad, built like a bulldozer, stepped forward. Public doesn't mean it belongs to monkeys. The word sliced the air. Gasps. The crowd shifted uncomfortably. Nobody stepped in. Nia's voice stayed calm. Say that again. Tyler's grin faded. His crew hesitated. He softened his tone, smirking. Just harmless fun. No harm done. But Nia knew better. She bent down, helping Jamal gather his torn books. You okay? She asked quietly. His voice shook. They've been at it for 3 years. Locked closets. Gum in hair. Teachers looking away. Before she could reply, shadows moved. Connor, Brad, Tyler, blocking the hallway. Tyler's voice was smooth. How was your first day in paradise, Nia? This was just round 2. They didn't hide it. Every insult, every shove, every glare. It became ritual. Hallways turned into battlegrounds. But Nia never hit first. Not yet. They underestimated her. They underestimated Jamal. By the second week, they had a pattern. Tyler and his crew would push. Nia would stand tall. Jamal stayed quiet. Until the wrong words were said. Tyler made it a game. People like you, transfers, don't last here. Connor laughed. Detroit schools didn't prepare you for this. Nia's voice stayed steady. I'm doing fine. Brad stepped closer. Maybe you should tutor him in street smarts. Jamal's voice cracked. What's that supposed to mean? Connor smirked. You're so proper. Maybe hanging with Nia will teach you your own culture. Phones came out. Tyler held his up like it was sport. Smile for the camera. Riverside's first study group. Nia stepped forward sharply. This is a public school. Tyler laughed. Say something for posterity, Jamal. Jamal flushed. I don't rap. Brad mocked beatboxing. The crowd laughed. Nia's voice cut through. His culture is being a valedictorian while you repeat junior year. Tyler clapped Jamal on the shoulder hard enough to make him stumble. Exactly. One of the good ones. The bell rang. Tyler's grin said it all. This wasn't over. Prom night came like a trap wrapped in glitter. The ballroom was a fairy tale. Nia's gown shimmered in deep purple. Jamal's tux fit like a second skin. They walked in heads high. Whispers trailed them. Tyler was waiting. At the punch table. Cologne choking the air. You look beautiful tonight, he murmured. That dress brings out your exotic features. Her grip tightened. Excuse me? He stepped closer. Complimenting you. Say thank you. I said no, she said loud enough for the room to turn. Jamal moved fast. Don't touch her. Tyler's smirk grew. Connor and Brad joined him. Phones came out. The scene erupted. Every phone recording. Everyone waiting to see if she'd fold. But she didn't. When Brad lunged for her phone, Nia struck. Fast. Clean. He crumpled. Jamal, steadier than ever, moved like he had years of practice. Chaos exploded. Teachers rushed in. Phones kept rolling. By morning, the footage was everywhere. Riverside knew who had won. Nia and Jamal didn't walk away as victims. They walked away as proof. Proof that silence doesn't win. That fighting back doesn't always mean fists. That bullies only win until someone stands taller. Final words. If you're watching this, remember, sometimes the best revenge isn't hiding. It's showing up, standing firm, and turning the tables. Because no matter where you come from, there will always be someone trying to put you in your place. But not everyone backs down. Nia didn't, and neither should you. If you want more stories that flip the script and keep you on edge, subscribe now. Tomorrow's story will challenge everything you thought you knew.